Welcome, I'm Darren, and I'll be your guide today as I rank the rookie card designs for 1992 in baseball. I really got thrown off when creating this video. Originally, when I was doing the rookie card designs for the 92 sets, I started off with football because that was one that I basically already had set up. And then I got around to basketball and then hockey after that, with baseball just kind of off in the background. For me, I understood that football was going to be providing me with rookie card designs for two different videos. There'd be enough for two videos. Basketball and hockey, I knew those would be one per, but for baseball, I just kind of assumed that there would be two. And yeah, I mean, even now, it's kind of surprising to me that there was only enough cards or only enough card designs for one video. I really wasn't expecting that. It does kind of make sense, but it really threw me off. There were basically only 5 designs. I mean, technically there are 6, but I'm not going to be getting into Ultra's card designs because I've talked enough about those with the other sports. For baseball, it just doesn't, I don't really have anything new to say about it, and I really don't think that they're all that special for baseball, because baseball it has a different feel when it comes to rookie cards. So it really comes down to the 5 sets that I'm going to be looking at that are all very distinct for baseball. It doesn't mean that they're all totally unique for baseball, but they all have a distinct quality for baseball. And for Ultra, it's not that I'm not going to say anything about the Ultra cards, I just don't feel like I need to get into them here. So I'm going to be starting off with Donruss. Donruss is a card that, it's a good card. I have to say, it's not a great card, but it is a good card because Donruss was the one of the 3 traditional card sets that by 1992 actually started to make a good card. The problem that the card has is that it's bland, it's boring. It's a very nice card, but it's a very nice boring card. That's really kind of what it is. They at least tried, and so that means that the rookies for this card set aren't the worst looking cards in the world. But again, they're bland, they're boring. Basically, Donruss just fell back on a tradition that they'd been doing for years, which is the way they did subsets was they did the regular card and then they just add a little tag for their subset. And I've never really been a big fan of that. It works well enough, but the thing is that the cards run in with the rest of the set. The only subsets that really stand out are the Diamond Kings. But for the rated rookies, I mean, so basically these are prospect cards. That's really what they are, and I've never been a fan of prospect cards. So they have a whole bunch of cards, they just stick the logo on there, which actually could be pretty decent, except in 1992, the logo for rated rookies is blue, which is the same color as the border on the cards, which means it just blends in. If you're going to do something that's a rookie card, a rookie tag, make it distinct. In Ultra, that's exactly what they did. They had a really great gold foil logo that looked quite distinct. And they, yeah, I mean, even when you look at Topps in basketball, they had the gold foil logo. Again, gold foil, it came out to, it looked distinct. It looked special. It stood out as special. That's what I want for a rookie card to do. And rated rookies just didn't do that. So it was a big letdown. So unfortunately for me, the Donruss rated rookies, I know they're fans of it. They really like it. I'm not one. This card, for me, it just really falls short. So when I move on to number 4, this is the one that threw me off because never would I have expected for Pinnacle, 1992 Pinnacle, to be a disappointment. 92 Pinnacle is one of the great card designs of all of the 90s. I mean, it really is a great card. And the reason it's a great card is because it's a great card. They hit all the marks right. The card, it's a perfectly balanced card. That's really kind of the way to think of 1992 Pinnacle. What they did was they did a great job of providing an opportunity for the picture to read both distinctly and in conjunction with the rest of the card. The whole card is designed to work with the picture. That's what it's all about. And in hockey, if they had done a little bit more work, the hockey cards could have held up with the football and the baseball cards. It didn't. The baseball cards, I think, are truly distinct in the way they come through. The football cards have probably a little bit more power to them, But in both cases, it's just a well-crafted affair. And when you look at the prospect cards in baseball, they read just as well. I mean, they just look great. They have a little prospects logo, which works perfectly. These cards would be great rookie cards, except they're not the rookie cards. As you know, like I already said, I'm not a fan of prospect cards, but for Pinnacle, they actually had distinct draft pick rookie cards. And this is where it all falls apart. These cards don't look good. I mean, they look good enough, but they're boring in a whole different way, because the problem is it's a really tight headshot, which is tough to make work. Sometimes you can, but you've really got to work at it. And Score has had a history of it. When they started making draft pick rookies in football in 1989, the cards looked good. Not great, they looked good. In 1990, I think they did a better job, but the big thing that makes both of these sets work is the fact that the heads are contrasted to everything else, and so the head stands very distinct. Whereas if you're going to have an action shot or a full shot of a person, you want to work more with the card. And so here in 1992 with Pinnacle, they had a card that was built to showcase a picture, not to be overpowered by it. You need the two to work together. And again, with the prospect cards, they did exactly that. They have enough of a shot that the shot works with the border and it all resolves. When you get to the really tight headshots, it's overpowering. It completely overpowers the border, which is intended to be more of an accent. Well, now it kind of disappears. And the colored strip down at the bottom gets completely overpowered to the point where it becomes kind of bland and boring. The whole border of the card is almost washed out in a way. All they needed to do was to take the black of the partial border and do that for the whole background, so that the player is standing out very distinct. That would have made the cards look a lot better, but still you're going to need to tone down those headshots. The headshots they're washed out in a different way. You want them to be a little bit darker with a little bit more contrast. You do that, and now it's going to read really well. Not great because the headshot's too big, but it's going to be working a lot better. And Score knew how to do this. Score knew how to work with rookie cards that are designed to showcase rookies. And they did that in Score. Now, in baseball, I'd never been really a fan of it until in 1992, they absolutely nailed it. And here they made probably the best draft pick rookie that they had made up until this point, because they got the whole border, or the whole balance of the card design just right. It starts off with the text on the side. It's very strong, very distinct. The moment you look at the card, you know exactly what the card is. I mean, there is no confusion here. It says first round rookie. I mean, right there, first round draft pick. You got it. But it's not overpowering. It is actually done as a great accent along the side that allows the rest of the card to be well balanced. And also the colors are well balanced to where the text on the side doesn't take over. And then you have that wonderful color fade. And a color fade it's almost like a cheat. It does everything you need for the background to do, because it gives you the energy and the excitement that you want in a background, but at the same time, it's soft, it's gentle, it's relaxed. And so it allows any action in the image to carry the day. So you get all the things that you need without the card background overpowering. Plus, they balanced it just right, because the color fade goes from dark to light. Down at the bottom of the card, they have a big white, it's not quite a box, it's basically an extended border. And you have the text down there. And then if you have the white of the color fade on the opposite side, then that box isn't going to feel like a box. It's going to feel like a big border area that just kind of, it's going to feel very limited. But if you have it contrasted to the dark of the color, now you feel that box, it's very clear, it's distinct, and you can feel the size, which is perfectly proportioned. And then the real magic is that because they wanted to do that so it fades up into the thin white border at the top, that balance works well. But the brilliance is the fact that it also perfectly matches up with the way that most of these pictures work, which is most players have white pants. And if you have the white of the color fade, the pants are going to kind of fade in, and everything's going to get it's going to lose the energy of that portion of the card. And then where the most of the color for each of the players comes is up toward the top where the head is. You got the head, the hat, all of that stuff. Well, if you flip it around so that the dark area is by what's usually the white pants, now you have the right contrast to where the image stands distinctly. And then the background image, or the background color, is fading away as you get to where the interest is, which is the player's head, allowing the head to stand clear. When you look at the card, you see the player. That's what you see. You have the energy of the background. You have the text on the side, which tells you what the set is. You see where the player's name is. Everything is balanced to where the image of the player. That's the strength of the card. That's what stands out. This is perfectly done. It's perfectly done. Now, is it the best rookie card design ever? No. It could be a lot better. But they did everything right to where this card really works. But you want to have a little bit more interest to it. And that's where, surprisingly, Topps comes through. Now, the pleasant surprise for me in doing all of these has been Topps. Because for me, 1992 Topps is the year that I always forget. That's the design I always forget. And it's very quick to remind me of, oh yeah, that's what it looked like. But it's always kind of an out of sight, out of mind affair. When I was doing football, I was pleasantly surprised to find that the draft pick rookie cards looked really good. Not the best card design in the world, but they did look pretty good. And my thought was, oh, these are the good ones. And then I got to basketball, and with basketball, it was, yeah, see, that's the way they did it. It's just the regular card. It has a little logo. And then I got to hockey, and they didn't even bother with that, but they had a subset that really, really impressed me. When I got to baseball, I went, wait, oh, they did, oh, wow, that is cool. This was totally out of my mind. I had absolutely forgotten that they actually had really cool rookie cards in baseball, which are exactly the same within football. But in football, the card designs look good. In baseball, I think they look great. And a big part of that is the way that they choose the images. So they have a couple of different kinds of images. They have images that are more relaxed, and it looks like the rookie's showing up, almost like I guess the best way to view it is it's like the rookie is showing up for his first day on the job, and he's still kind of in vacation mode, transitioning into now we're getting to work. They also have really good portraits that are just really good portraits. And then on top of all of that, they also have some good action shots. Now, across the board, they just really do. The rookies here do tend to, whether it's action or portrait or relaxed shots, in all cases, these cards do tend to look really good image-wise, but it's the border that's so great. It's that element up at the top. It's like a banner. It's almost like a plaque on top, or more like something that's hanging above you when you're walking into an outdoor party or something like that. It has that quality where the whole card is really kind of its own celebration, and I love that about it. It's just the way the card works is just so great. But while all of this is really great, if you make it just a magnificently crafted card, well, I'm sorry, but that's really going to grab my eye, and Upper Deck was on point. Man, they were making great rookie cards in football, in basketball, in baseball. Yeah, in those three sports. Hockey is just, that was weird. But in baseball, I mean, the baseball rookie cards just look amazing. They really do. They're just gorgeous. There's a rich, luscious quality to the colors. I love the way that the stone design is on the card. The way all of that comes together is just magnificent. And as if that wasn't enough, they also have their diamond debuts, which are almost like an additional rookie card in the set, or an additional rookie design in the set. And in both of these cases, they just look fantastic. It's just wonderful. Now, I still think that 1993 is the year for Upper Deck, but when I look at some of the things they did in 1992, I mean, it's almost like a warm-up act for the entire set looking great. These look fantastic. I love them. So that is, for me, that is very comfortably the #1 rookie card design for baseball in 1992. I'm not quite ready to get into the overall best of, because I've got to look at the greatest disappointments for draft pick rookies for 1992 across all the sports. And then I get to revisit just football, because it's the only set where we had, or the only sport where we had enough additional rookie cards for a whole second video. And then I'll get around to the best of, and we'll see where Upper Deck, at least, is showing up here, and probably Topps will be in that set. I don't know. That's going to be an interesting one for me to do. That'll be a few weeks for me to get around to that. But at least for baseball, this is where I see the 92 draft pick rookies. So yeah, thank you guys for watching. If you have not taken the chance to subscribe to my channel, definitely do so and ring the bell in order to get notified. Check out my other videos. I've been doing these rankings for a long time. And yeah, other than that, thanks for watching.